Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans, and I host the podcast along with my husband, Alan Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan.
Ooh, that was different.
Yeah, I just wanted to mix it up. I don't know why. Just randomly mix it up.
Are you feeling sexy?
No, well, kind of.
You want to pull back the kimono?
Let's pull back the kimono. So, Kellie Raspberry Evans here about, what was this, maybe about an hour ago?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm just sitting there in the bathtub. Soaking in my Epsom salts.
I thought you looked really sexy.
And Holmes over here says, "Can I take your picture?" And I'm like, excuse me? She's like, "Can I take your picture?" And I'm like, well, yeah, as long as you don't take a picture of my junk.
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't do that. I don't believe in taking naked pictures because, not that I would ever use them as revenge porn or anything like that, but people break into clouds and stuff and they can get them. So, but he just looks so dang sexy. And the other day you came in from working out and you took off your shirt and you were all sweaty.
Wow.
I was like, stand right there. Don't move. And I took a picture of him because he was just looking so good.
You're very, very good for my ego.
Well, I meant it.
Well, thank you, babe.
And so I was like,
it's
let
very
me get
sweet.
my phone.
Very nice of you.
And so I came back and I made him, but the way he had to hold his leg to hide his business, it was a little kind of, I don't know. He's kind of like posing like a pinup doll is the way it looked.
Well, when you want to hide
your
really
sexy.
When you want to hide your business in the tub, there's two ways you can do it.
Wash rag.
Actually, there's three.
Wash rag.
Okay, I'll give you 4 ways. Number 1, you can lift a leg. Number 2, you can put your hands over it, which looks ridiculous. Looks like a little boy. Number 3, you can put a wash rag over it. Yep. I've got one more.
What? Bubble bath?
The tuck.
Oh, that would be gross. That'd be so gross.
The tuck. Tuck that dog in there between your legs, and it looked like I just have a little.
You look like a girl. I would
triangular
a hairy chest girl.
A triangular patch of fur.
No, but I just thought he looked sexy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. He's like, I kind of like that picture because he looks good in it. He should be proud of that. He's worked hard. And he's like, you can post it if you want to. I'm like, I don't think I can post that.
No?
He said, not on Facebook.
I wouldn't do that one on Facebook.
Not on Facebook.
No.
Instagram.
Because then, Pastor,
but I'm not.
Because then Pastor Sam might see it, and
everybody would see it. If I posted a picture of you in the bathtub,
but not on Instagram. Instagram would be okay. No. Just do it in your stories. You can do it in your stories.
No, why?
We've posted a picture of me skinny dipping before.
But you look like you were wearing shorts the way you were. It looked like you were wearing a
babe.
It looked like you were in a
no way.
This is blatant.
You could see my haunch, my butt, and everything.
You wear Speedo. It looks like you're wearing, But this is like you are blatantly naked. And I don't know.
Too much, huh?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we should.
I eat too much. I drink too much.
What
too
if it was
much.
Me? What if I was posed up and had myself strategically covered?
Well, I think people know it's my bit that I'm somewhat an exhibitionist. Like, I don't care. Like, if you posted it, I'd be fine. Whatever. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, that's my bit.
But you do have to have photo approval.
Did you know I walked in the backyard nude yesterday? Well, I'm pulling back more of the kimono.
Why?
Don't you hate it? You get in the shower and then you forget something.
That's out in the yard.
That's out. It was. I wanted my Bluetooth speaker was out of charge. So I get out of the shower and I think it's in our bedroom and it's not. So I'm like, crap, it's out in the backyard because I left it in the backyard. So I did my little tiptoe prance into the backyard, buck naked.
Why wouldn't you just wrap a towel around?
Is it buck naked or butt naked?
I don't know. I've heard both. I think it's butt, but I don't know. Why didn't you just grab a towel? What if the pool guy came back there? What if the pool guy came in?
He's a dude. Ain't be anything he had never seen. Well, maybe not to that extent, but you know what I mean.
Right. So that's what we do. That's what we do for fun.
Yeah, that's what we do for fun. But this podcast isn't about nudity. Full noodle frontity. It's not about that.
What is it about?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I know that since the last time we podcasted, I have been to an Under Oath / Alice in Chains / Korn concert.
Yes.
And do I have some adventures to share with you, listener?
Yeah, I did not have to go to this. I didn't want to go. I'm not familiar with this. I mean, I would go and I'd be a good sport about it. I have gone with you to other heavy metal things and I have been a good sport.
You went to Metallica.
I was a very good sport.
You went to the Hardwired tour.
I did. I was in the pit.
Well, but it was not so much.
Well, it was like standing room.
We were
But
about
it was
row
so
50.
vast. Yeah, it wasn't like I was in the pit, but I was in the standing room. But Alan got tickets in the pit, and Bad Influence Jeff went with him, so I didn't have to. I'm very appreciative of that. But then Alan gets home, and my whole thing is I was waiting up for Emma Kelly. She had been somewhere, so I was waiting up for her. And then I was about to go to bed, but you're like, I'm on the way home, so I waited up for you. You were so hyped up when you got home. You wouldn't stop talking. So I lay there in bed, and you talked till like 11:30 or something.
Really? I don't remember that.
But it was, yes.
Well, I had drank about, I don't know, 4.5 gallons of beer.
But you weren't drunk because you sweat so much.
I wasn't even buzzed.
I know.
And not that
you weren't.
I wasn't driving either, but I wasn't even buzzed.
You weren't.
And we'll get into all that. There are a lot of interesting stories to tell from that concert.
I'll know what a lot of those people you were smashed up next to in the pit could have used.
They could have used a little Scentbird.
They could have used Scentbird. Oh my gosh. This subscription cologne is what it is. It comes to your house. It's really a great idea. It gives you 1 month's worth of a perfume or cologne. It's for men or for women. Our friend talked to us about this a long time ago before they ever became remember John? He was like, you've got to try this. This is the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. So it gives you like 4 squirts a day. That way you're not overusing it, because some of you, we overuse our perfume and cologne and it just knocks you over. But 4 squirts a day will last you about 30 days. And these are designer name brand fragrances for men and for women. Prada, Tom Ford, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Cartier. I could go on and on. You choose the perfume you want to try. They send you that 30-day supply. And that's it. If you're not sure what scent you want to try, you can find your new fragrance by brand, by style, by occasion, by season, and more. It is wonderful for traveling. If you're doing these little carry-on bags, and you can just throw one in your carry-on bag because it's the right size. It's like the size of a lipstick tube. It has a protective case around it so it won't get broken in your carry-on luggage either. We love Scentbird. Alan, some of those people at that concert should have had a little Scentbird in their pocket and they could have been spraying it on, but they weren't.
I didn't smell bad. I had my Scentbird on.
Yes, you did. For the rest of you that want to try it, we got a great deal.
Yeah, we do. With our exclusive offer, just for our listeners, babe, you can get 50% off your first month today. That's only $7.50 for your first fragrance. All you got to do, go to scentbird.com/sandwich. Use our code SANDWICH for 50% off your first month. Again, that's scentbird.com/sandwich for you to try your first cologne or perfume for just $7.50. Sign on, smell amazing.
You could try something new all the time. I think something like that's a great gift.
I've really enjoyed Scentbird.
Subscription services are great gifts, I'm telling you, and Scentbird's a good one.
Tell you, I a little spray of Gucci one day, the next day, a little spray of Versace, a little spray of Burberry.
Sampler.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of good brands.
All right, so let's go back to the concert. So this is an outdoor arena. Now, the last time I went to a concert at this outdoor arena, there is a company, and I'm not cussing. The company is called Big Ass Fans. And fans, like, you could not believe the size of these fans. They were up in the ceiling, and they turned those suckers on, and they got the wind going. And outdoors in Texas in July and August, when it's 1,000,000 degrees, those fans would kick up a breeze, and it wasn't that bad. So I told Alan, you've got these big ass fans. You're not going to really worry about it. But you told me they weren't there.
Well,
they pulled them out?
Let me even back up before we got to the venue. So,
okay. Yeah, there's pre-story. I'm jumping ahead.
Well, no, I went with Bad Influence Jeff. So the tickets say show starts at 6. That's when the first acts go on, right?
Right.
So we weren't going to be there right at 6. So Jeff says, hey, can I come pick you up early? I'm like, sure. So he picks me up. And he says, hey, I'm hungry. Let's go get a bite. So we swing by a Mexican restaurant.
One of our favorites.
One of our favorites.
All the time.
Had a beer there. But they weren't paying too much attention to us.
They ignored you.
Yeah, they did. So we got up and left. And he said, do you want to go to an establishment that typically sells bar food, and how can I say this? The workers there wear not much. And I'm like, sure, why not? Why not, Jeff?
Say the name.
Why not? Well, it's hashtag not an ad.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it was either, he gave me the option. He said, would you like to go to Hooters or would you like to go to Twin Peaks? And I said, I think my response was, Hooters is good, but it's a little corporate. Aren't they a little like more scantily clad in Twin Peaks?
So you chose the more scantily clad?
And I tell you what, my guess about what they were wearing was confirmed when we walked in. When everyone's walking around, babe, in their underwear.
Is that what
literally
they do there?
Their underwear.
So I know the Hooters uniform.
No, they have a uniform.
The Hooters uniform is the orange hot pants.
Yes.
The white shirt, they knot up so you can see their belly.
Yes.
They still wear knee socks.
And hose. Yeah, it's their uniform.
That's their uniform. So what is the Twin Peaks uniform? I've never been to a Twin Peaks.
There's not one. They have different.
It's a uniform.
Well, their quote unquote uniform was not the G-string, but what are the panties that kind of are thin, but they show like a lot of butt cheek?
Thong?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, a G-string is like a little less than a thong.
Okay, it wasn't string. It was.
But it's a little bit more of a strip.
More than a thong, though.
Yeah, so it wasn't up in the crack. It was covering.
Right.
It was
a little bit.
It would ride up.
It would ride up. Yeah. So that was everybody's walking around in their underwear.
They're walking around in panties.
Basically.
And pantyhose?
No.
That's not.
No,
I don't think
babe.
that's sanitary.
No pantyhose. Well, are they throwing shade on the girls? I'm sure they're very sanitary.
Well, why would they have to wear pantyhose at?
Well, because I don't know. That's just their bit. I don't know. Anyway, so
I've never been, so I don't know.
So
what do they wear up top?
Bras. So
they're literally walking around in bras and panties.
Absolutely. I'm not doing it. I'm serious.
Like when I waited tables, I had to wear an apron so I could keep my money and my.
Well, yeah, some of them had a little belt on with some stuff hanging on it, but I mean, standing there in her panties.
What kind of shoes do they wear?
Who was looking at the shoes? I didn't see any shoes.
Are they wearing high heels? Because that would kill their feet.
No, they didn't have high heels.
So they're wearing bras and panties and like sensible shoes?
Yeah, well, no,
that's ridiculous.
Not sensible
looking.
shoes, but like some had Converse on, so they're flat, and some
you
had.
have to have rubber soles because it's greasy in restaurants.
Right. So anyhow, that's the establishment we went to. I even texted you and told you we were.
I knew you were there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what they were wearing.
You didn't know they were in panties? So check this out.
And flat shoes. That's just a bad look. You look stumpy.
Now here's what was pretty cool, other than that, was the beer special. 5 beers for $12. Now,
a good deal.
Keep that number in mind because we stayed there for a little while, had a snack, and then we rolled down to the Starplex or whatever it's called.
So who had the third beer?
I did. Yeah.
Well, you weren't driving.
I wasn't driving. Right. So we go down to Starplex and a golf cart picks us up, which is pretty cool.
Because you're in a big parking lot.
Yeah, we got free parking, but then this like multi-passenger golf cart asks if we want to ride. And I'm like, dude, this is legit. I mean, this is an Alice in Chains concert and there's golf cart's going to give us a ride. Okay. So we hop in the golf cart, go into the arena or whatever it's called, the stadium, whatever it is. And I'm like, dude, you want a beer? He's like, well, yeah, absolutely. So we go up to the beer line. They have the big beers, the 24-ounce beers. How about $12.50 for one beer? And we had just paid $12 for 5 beers.
You know?
They had us.
They have you.
They had us. So we got our beers and then
This is the place where if you want, because I don't drink beer, but they do serve margaritas and they make their margaritas with wine.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised by the amount of food and drink options they had, though. They've really upped their game. I hadn't been to Starplex in 4 years.
I don't even know.
Last time I was there was Van Halen in 2016.
I couldn't
15?
tell you.
2015.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went.
So
some good memories from some great shows there.
First show I ever saw was there. Aerosmith.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I've seen Aerosmith there.
Yeah.
I've seen Backstreet Boys. I saw Britney Spears, Spice Girls, Janet Jackson. Man, Aerosmith. I said Aerosmith. I've seen a lot of great acts there. But anyway.
So anyway, I'll try to not take too much longer to tell the story. But
we got to talk about the pit.
Well, we go into the pit. So we're in general admission pit, which means we're up right in front of the stage. I mean, we're standing. I can almost reach out and touch the stage. I mean, there's maybe 2 or 3 people in front of me. And the first band that played, they were called Under Oath. Had never heard of Under Oath, but apparently they've been to Dallas a million times, and they're kind of a
following.
Yeah, they're a regular in Dallas. Kind of like heavy metal. He screamed a lot, but some people really enjoyed it. I didn't care for
Didn't know the music.
Too much. But what was cool, the Under Oath singer, he says, you know what? Screw it. I'm jumping in the crowd. So he jumps in the crowd and his mic guy is feeding him line, and he's out there singing and he runs right past Jeff and I, gives us a high five.
Yeah. Did you feel cool?
Yeah, I felt real cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, me and the Under Oath singer are tight.
Yeah. Did he stop and say, excuse me, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Cologne are you wearing?
Use code SANDWICH to get 50% off your first month. So that was cool. But then the reason I went to the concert was because I wanted to see Alice in Chains, one of my top 5 favorite bands. Alice in Chains played second. I thought they were headlining. Korn was actually headlining.
Really?
So Alice in Chains comes out and they played, I don't know, an hour and a half. They played all the songs I wanted them to play except for Down in a Hole, which is my favorite Alice in Chains song.
Mine too.
Babe.
I have no idea.
You don't know that one?
How does it go?
Well, I can't sing
Yes,
it.
you can. Just do a little bit.
I can't.
You can't. Just give me a little bit.
I can't. You put me on the spot because I can't.
You can't remember the words?
No, I know the words. I can't get into the tune because I'd have to have my guitar.
You really can't just give me like a line.
No, it's too high. I can't.
Well, go take it down an octave.
You know how many times I've asked you to sing?
I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. My favorite Backstreet Boys song.
That's not Alice in Chains.
That's my favorite Backstreet Boys song. Now you sing your favorite Alice in Chains song.
I can't. I can't do it. Okay, so they didn't play.
Man, I'm so disappointed. I'm just, you know what? Not just me. The entire podcast family is so disappointed.
No, they're fine. They'll be fine.
They're still disappointed.
Okay, but here is the part about the concert that shocked me the most. I didn't think that at this point in Alice in Chains' career, that they still had a following that moshes and head walks and crowd surfs.
But Alan.
And stage dives.
But Alan, on your wristband.
Yes.
It said, no moshing.
Right.
No stage diving. What else did
no
it say?
Moshing and no head surfing. No head surfing.
Right. Yes, crowd surfing. But they didn't listen. Maybe they can't read.
So right in the middle of the concert.
Were these people of your age or younger?
No. Well, no, it was a mixed bag.
Because I can't imagine people of our age attempting to crowd
there were
surf.
some. So I'm standing there about the middle of Alice in Chains set, and they play one of their older songs from the 90s. And then
Which one?
Oh, gosh. I think it was called Again.
How does that go?
I can't sing that one either. So I'm drinking my $12.50 24-ounce beer, and then I get shoved from behind into the person in front of me, and I spill the beer all over myself. And I'm like, holy crap, what just happened? So I turn around, and we were so close to the stage that the mosh pit was behind us. So just imagine, I'd say 20 or 30 really scary looking, kind of smelly, big guys just running and hitting each other.
What is the point of that?
And bouncing off each other.
Why are y'all so angry?
I'm not angry.
But that's women.
Do I sound angry?
Do women mosh?
There weren't any women moshing. In fact, Lacey went, your coworker Lacey.
Yes. Did she mosh?
And Germ. No. When Lacey and Germ saw that there was moshing, they texted me. They said, we're out. We like to rock, but we can't pit.
But why do men do that? Is it because they're angry?
They're anger, yeah.
And they're just getting anger out by beating each other up with their bodies.
Yes.
That makes zero sense to me.
But check this out. And I was telling Kelly this. I couldn't believe this happened. So
the whole time you're saying, I'm so glad Kelly's not here. I'm so glad Kelly's not here.
I told Jeff, I said, dude, this is the last place in Dallas-Fort Worth that Kelly Raspberry Evans would want to be right now. No, you would have been so out on this.
Yes.
The amount of reefer that you could smell in the air, coupled with the intense BO, was incredible.
And then
moshing. Now, so all that moshing happens, and then all of a sudden, these two human room dividers get behind us. And when I say that, I'm not joking. There was two guys behind us, and they were at least a head taller than me. So they were at least 6'9". And Jeff and I were looking at one of the guys, and his neck was as big around as like my thighs.
And were you trying to determine if he was friend or foe?
We were trying to determine if he was friend or foe. But it turned out for some reason, he really liked us because he kept tapping me on the shoulder saying, it's all right, man. I got you. So he
was your bodyguard.
Yes, he was. So he formed a wall in between the mosh pit and me and Jeff. And he stood there the entire concert like a statue.
Did you buy him a beer or anything?
No. You know what I actually did? Now I feel like a real asshole now that you said it. At the end of the concert, they throw picks out. I get a pick. And he goes, the big guy who had protected me the whole concert,
Alan,
goes, oh my gosh, dude, you got a pick. Wow, I wish I had one. And I looked at it and I said, that's too bad, bro. Not this one.
Alan, that's awful.
I didn't say that. But I was like, yeah, man. And I didn't even think. I just put it in my pocket. And that was kind of the end of the concert. Well, and then there was a break, and then Korn came out. I don't have any big stories with Korn.
Well, there's your pick right there.
Yeah, here's my pick right here. This is
that man would have given anything for after protecting you.
That is from Jerry Cantrell. I'm showing the live studio audience my Alice in Chains red pick that came from Jerry Cantrell, the lead guitarist. But anyhow, Lacey and Germ were there for Korn, so they got all.
Lacey is from our sister podcast, Loose Lips and Childbearing Hips, and her husband Jeremy, she calls him Germ.
Yeah, she calls him Germ, which it's a great bit.
Yeah,
but they were a lot of fun to be there with. We watched Korn a little while. I kind of felt like you at Metallica. Didn't know one song, so I'm kind of standing there, just kind of bobbing my head, and
you can appreciate it. I appreciated it for what it was, but it's not. I just don't. That's not my thing.
Sure, and they had.
Were they moshing then too?
Yeah, they were moshing during them too.
It's awful.
But at this point, we had moved. We were in the very back. Like we took a break in between, and then we came back to the pit. But we were standing in the very back because I told Jeff, I said, I am not moshing with Korn. I'm out. I'm done. I've had enough. And I'm exhausted at this point too, you know, soaking wet with beer, sweat, BO.
But Scentbird, you're all good.
Oh, with Scentbird, I was great. So anyhow, babe, that's kind of the events of the night. Oh, sorry. I know I'm talking a lot.
That's all right, no.
Just real quick, back to Twin Peaks. So we're talking to our waitress, and our waitress overheard us say we're going down to the Dos Equis Pavilion. She's like, oh, what are you going for? Are you going for a concert? And we said, yeah, we're going for a concert. She said, who are you going to see? And we said, well, we don't know who's opening, but I'm here to see Alice in Chains, and we're both going to see Alice in Chains and Korn. And she goes, oh, wow, man, my mom loves those bands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was she wearing a push-up bra?
Yeah, and we just kind of sat there like...
Did it snap in the front of the back?
She didn't just say that. Well, I'm looking at her like, you didn't just say that, did you? And Jeff says, oh, that's cool. Is she hot? And is she single?
Ha!
And the waitress said, yeah, actually she is hot, and she's divorced, but... Yeah,
I wouldn't set her up with guys that come here to eat wings and look at me at my underwear.
Look at you and your 24-year-old self in your underwear, right? Yeah. Okay. Now I feel very lewd now that you put it that way. Even more.
She didn't try to get Jeff's information for mom, did she?
No, she didn't.
Right.
She didn't. So anyway, that was the events of the night.
If that lovely young lady is looking for other career opportunities,
hey, she may be perfectly happy there.
She may be. It's a season of life. Hey, if I had a hot body and I was needing some cash, who's to say I wouldn't have done the same thing? Instead, when I was 24, I was working at Ruby Tuesdays.
And they cover you up from head to toe there.
I wore, my uniform was khaki pants, and we had to wear button down.
Pleated?
Well, just as long as we're khaki, but mine were probably pleated.
With cuffs?
With or without. It was just a nice dress khaki pant. I had to wear a pastel colored button down. You know, you'd roll up the sleeves. It had to be a button down collar. So I had a pink one, a yellow one, a blue one, and a purple one, and a white one. You could do white too. We had a navy apron that we wore that, you know, tied around. And then you had to wear black tennis shoes or some sort of black shoes.
Gee whiz.
And that was my uniform at Ruby Tuesdays.
Did you have to wear any like bling? What do they call it?
No, flare.
Flare.
No, we didn't do flare. Did not do flare at Ruby Tuesdays, but they nicknamed me clever nicknames they come up with. The honey mustard queen.
Why?
I loved Ruby Tuesday's honey mustard. I would put it on everything. I would eat it on my salad. I'd eat it on the chicken fingers and whatever. And so for my birthday, they gave me like a whole gallon of the honey mustard.
That's pretty legit.
I went through that. And yeah, I had some great times because I was in a season of life where I moved from South Carolina to Atlanta by myself. It was actually in Marietta. I was working in Smyrna, Georgia, home of Julia Roberts, but all the locals know her name's really Julie. That's what they all tell you. She's really Julie Roberts. They love telling you that.
Huh.
But anyway, yeah, so I was a waitress there, and I stood in the bathroom on my 24th birthday in tears because I'm getting ready to go to work at Ruby Tuesdays, and I'm tying my apron, and I'm like, this isn't where I thought I'd be at this point in my life.
Our gal seemed pretty happy with her career choice, actually. You know, Jeff posed a good question to me, though, while we were there.
My customers would have thought I was happy, too, because I'm trying to get tips.
Yeah. But he posed
and meet a sugar daddy.
He posed the question to me. What would you think if your daughter said that she wanted to work at a restaurant like this? Now, I don't judge any of the girls that work there. I think it's just they probably make good money.
Of course they do. I know they do.
You know, so that's I'm sure that's part of the reason they like working there. But that's a tough question to answer, you know? I mean, you're my own.
You don't want men leering at your daughter.
I don't want men leering at my daughter and being.
It'd be weird if
you were lewd.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you're up there shoving dollars in her G-string. That would be the weird dad.
Well, no, this is a restaurant, not a strip club.
Well, where do they put the tips?
It's a good question. I think they put them in that. They put them in that belt.
You know, my friend, you're going to be shocked when I drop this piece of knowledge on you. One of my friends used to be a Hooters girl.
Who?
And they would give themselves nicknames. And I can't remember her name right now. She had a sassy nickname.
You can't remember your friend?
I can't remember her nickname.
Well, who's your friend?
You're going to die.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Shanda?
No.
Christy?
No.
Amy?
No. No, this means nothing to nobody.
I don't know. I don't know.
Tara.
No, really?
Yes. Oh, Goddess. Her name was Goddess. It just popped in my head.
Tara used to be a Hooters girl?
Yes, and her name was Goddess.
That?
And she earned a buttload of money, and she ain't ashamed one bit.
Did she have the Hooters?
I had a rocking body.
Did she have the Hooters then that she has now?
No. I mean, she had natural ones. But she, had after babies, I have fake boobs.
What?
But I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything about fake boobs. I just asked the simple question. Does she have the Hooters then that she has now?
I didn't know her when she was a Hooters girl, but I'm just saying, if I had the body and I needed the cash, hey.
Mama.
Instead, I'm wearing button down, khaki pants.
Pleated.
With black tennis shoes.
With cuffs. Were they
blue apron?
Were they the black shoes that have like the anti-grease sole?
Yes, because you fall and you would bust your... Y'all don't understand.
Did you wear a bow tie too?
No.
Oh.
No.
What about like a visor?
No.
No?
No. We didn't have to wear headwear. But it was dangerous back there in the kitchen. You got sizzling fajitas and, stuff's going and you're running when you're in the rush hour and it's dangerous and the floor gets really slippery. And if you don't have those anti-slip shoes and you're carrying fajitas, it's a mess. It was a season of life. But yeah, I had made some really good friends in the restaurant business and I had money in my pocket every day. It was great.
Next time I see Tara, I'm going to ask her about that.
Oh, she didn't care. She'll tell you.
Well, I'm going to ask her about my question I had.
Oh, you're not going to ask her about her
Sure,
boobs.
I will.
That's so
Yes,
rude.
I will.
Why would you do that? That's not nice.
I'll do it in a very tasteful way. I can get information out of anybody. You don't know that by now.
All right.
What?
I don't know
what do you mean, all right?
The point of asking. I don't even understand.
Just to get her to talk about them.
Hey, listen, real quick before we move on to another subject, we're going to talk a little bit about Bachelorette and stuff.
We are?
Really? Yes, we have to, Alan.
Okay.
But Alan came home tonight. He went to his tattoo artist, and he's got a very intricate dragon tattoo that he's getting on his arm. But Alan loved the artwork it's based on so much. He asked Carl, his tattoo artist, can I have it? Because I want to frame it. And he's like, do you have a good framer? And you said...
Well, I got FrameBridge. Only the best framer.
Yeah, I got a good framer. FrameBridge. FrameBridge is who we trust everything we have framed. Because with FrameBridge, you can, if you have like digital things, everything's digital online now. You can upload your pictures to the website. Great. If you know, they have all these different designs. You can see what it's kind of going to look like, what it's going to look like by, putting your picture in these frames so you can see that. But what if you have something like this, a piece like your artwork that you want to frame, or if you have a christening gown or a special baseball that your kid caught at a major league game and you want to have it specially framed. FrameBridge can do all of that too. They send you the packaging that you put it all in and ship it off. If you have no idea what, you don't trust your own instincts and your own taste, they have designers there that'll help you pick out the perfect frame so it looks beautiful. We love FrameBridge. We trust them with all of our special things. And right now, you can frame your photos or send the perfect gift for weddings, birthdays, special events by...
I'm sending my art in to have FrameBridge do this.
I know you are.
But you can have it done. Get started today. You can frame your photos or the perfect wedding gifts.
FrameBridge.com.
Birthdays, special events. There's even more, babe. You missed some here.
No, I said all of that.
Oh, okay. Well, go to FrameBridge.com and use promo code SANDWICH and you'll save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to FrameBridge.com, promo code SANDWICH. That's FrameBridge.com. Promo code SANDWICH. And since I screwed that little call to action
That's
there
okay.
up, hey, I'll just say just a little bonus here. Our live studio audience can see this, but there is a gigantic picture of Kelly and I hanging behind us where we podcast from, framed by FrameBridge.
That's true.
There it is, right there.
That's our special thing.
Our live studio audience can see it. There it is. That's me putting a chokehold on Kelly. There's big 30-pound heavier AE putting a big chokehold on my wife.
We have a major photo shoot for a magazine cover.
Oh.
And like the week after the photo shoot, we go on a diet.
What does that tell you? I mean, we're...
What were we thinking?
We were at our...
The week after, we were at our heaviest.
I mean, we were
on the diet.
Freaking... Yeah, look at us.
We were a little more pudgy.
Shamu and...
Oh, we weren't that big.
That's me, Shamu. And you can give yourself... What was your name?
Did I have a name? Did you have a name for me?
Kelly hates it when I say like something like, before we lost a bunch of weight, I'll say, oh gosh, we were like two big elephant seals just
I don't think we were that bad.
flopping on the beach.
No, I don't think we were that bad.
30 pounds is a lot of weight, babe.
We're not like elephant seals.
Did you see my big fat head in that trailer? Did you see the size of my big pumpkin head in that trailer? Even people were like, "Oh my God, yeah, we can really see how
You
you
had a full beard too."
Yeah.
And the movies add 10 pounds. Cameras add 10 pounds. So that's the truth. It really does.
I look like a bad hombre.
Well, that was your point. You were a character actor. Just tell everybody you gained weight for the movie. You're like Leonardo DiCaprio getting into character. All right, so look, I try to get my husband to watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette with me, and he doesn't want to.
I watch some.
You watch some of it, but you won't make it all the way through. You get up and leave the room.
I can't. It's too much.
But see,
it's
you
too
need
much.
to watch it because it gives such...
I get too annoyed at the dudes.
It's so fun. So anyway, the Men Tell All special was this week, but I don't even know why they bothered because they barely talked to the other men. It was all about... They did talk to that John Paul Jones a little bit, and they talked to Mike a little bit.
John Paul Jones, the bassist from Led Zeppelin?
No, what's his name?
Or the drummer?
He's this
No, that's John
hippie,
Bonham.
hippie guy that's going to be on Bachelor in Paradise, which I want to watch. Please watch it with me. I've never watched it before. The previews look so good. Anyway, Luke P., if you have not been watching, Luke P., when he came on The Bachelorette, right out the gate, he was the one that Hannah the Bachelorette had the strongest connection with. She even said, if I've ever come close to feeling what love at first sight is, that's what I think I experienced. That's the closest I've ever come to having love at first sight.
So she's told this man this.
And this is the thing. Off camera, they have discussions. Other bachelors and bachelorettes have said this before. Like they'll tell when it's down to the end, you're the one I'm going to choose. You're it. I'm going to choose
They do that?
Yeah. So, and they hook up and stuff.
Whoa.
Like that Caitlin Bristow, she was already hooking up with a guy she ended up picking. Ben Higgins even talks about it on a podcast, how he and the guy she picked, I can't remember his name, they're broken up now, but he would be in the room and she'd knock on the door and they'd come in and hook up and have to hide from producers because she'd already picked he was going to be the winner, but you still have to film the show. So very early on, Hannah is telling Luke, oh my gosh, you're it. You're the guy. And so here he is thinking, I've got this in the bag from basically week one.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has a different attitude. And he's basically just waiting for all these guys. You're messing with my woman.
Is that why he was being just so smug the entire season?
Yeah. But he also, he was like, he did the full, like, took off his shirt and was trying to get on top of her and straddle her and stuff. The same stuff he ended up getting upset with her about, because in his head, he's like, this is us. He didn't want to see her doing that with, 15, 20 other guys, which she straddled a lot of guys, and they're calling it slut shaming. But I don't know if it's slut shaming. I just think it's kind of embarrassing. But okay, you're young, but I mean, you're doing it with a camera crew. I just think that's so weird. I couldn't get past that. So
but you'll take nude photos of your husband.
Right, but that's just for us.
Oh, okay.
That's not with a camera crew standing over our shoulders, and then we go shut the door and everybody knows we're having sex behind the door, because that's what what's happening. So anyway, Luke, about halfway through the season, starts realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot I'm a Christian and I want to represent the Lord and I want to set a good example, because now I'm suddenly realizing I've got to go home to my family and this is the woman I want to marry. But see, he's not privy until he watches the show back. He doesn't realize that Hannah's been straddling all these guys.
Right.
He doesn't know that.
Right.
So they get down to the 4 dates where they have the one-on-one dates before she decides who she's going to give the boot to. And he said, before they go into the fantasy suites. And so he says flat out, let's talk about sex. And she's like, okay.
Did he say baby after it?
No, he literally said, let's talk about sex.
Did he want to talk about you and me?
No, honey, he talked about her and he, she and he. Anyway, he said, I have had sex in the past when I was young and I was, very sinful. I was, got in the wrong crowd. But I decided, I want to live a Christian example. I'm paraphrasing to death right now. So if anybody, don't hold my feet to the fire over this.
I'd rather listen to you than watch that though. So keep going.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
He said, but I'm going to save myself from this point on to marriage. A lot of people mock born-again Christians, born-again virgins, I do not mock that, because why would you mock that?
What's a born-again virgin?
A born-again virgin is someone who has lost their virginity but decided, you know what, I made mistakes in their heads. They made mistakes in their youth, and they've decided that's not the path I want to go down. I want to save myself now for my future husband or wife. So they consider themselves a born-again virgin. I have no problem with that concept. I think that's a great thing.
But you're either virgin or not.
But they're considered a born-again virgin, honey. So they've made the decision they're not going to have sex anymore until marriage.
But they've had sex.
Exactly. So they're a born-again virgin. Why is this a problem?
It's not a problem.
I'm just telling you, they make the decision they're not going to have any more sex. So they have to call it something.
Has Luke P had sex?
Yes.
Then he's not a virgin.
Please don't.
Okay,
Please
keep going.
Don't.
Keep going.
Why is this y'all people that do this kind of nonsense, you just do this to piss everybody off.
He's not a virgin.
He's made the decision he doesn't want to sleep with anybody, so he's considered a born again virgin. That's just a label they give it.
Okay, that's fine.
He's a born again
So
virgin.
he's had sex and he doesn't want to have any more sex. Okay,
Right.
fine.
The label is born again virgin.
Okay, fine.
And he said
I don't like
Hannah,
that word, that name.
What would you like to call it?
Anything but that.
What will you name it?
I just don't like Luke P.
Okay, but Sean, the former Bachelor, same thing. He did the same thing. Sean was a born again virgin.
Big Sean Lowe?
Yes.
Oh, he never called himself that.
Yes, he did.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, keep going. Fight through.
How can I? You make this so impossible.
No, I'm asking questions.
So he
Push
tells
through.
Hannah, but he says, no, you're not. You're not even asking questions. You're trying to be aggravating. So he says to Hannah, but I feel like we're on the same page here.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what I'm going to say here is these fantasy suites, if you're going in there and having sex with these other guys, I'm going to take myself out of the equation. Okay?
Okay.
What is wrong with that? Now, that's not how the game works, right? A lot of times you go into the fantasy suite, Sean Lowe said he wasn't going to have sex, but it's a time for you to get away from it's the only time you have away from cameras. There's no mics, no cameras. You can really break down all the barriers and you can talk and say, look, how are we going to make this work? If I pick you, are you going to move to where I live? That's where you have those serious conversations you can't have in front of the camera.
Remind me again how he got this information that she had been with the other guys
at that point.
So he's throwing it out. If you have,
he said if you're using the fantasy suites, he said, because I'm assuming we're on the same page,
yeah,
and we're both very religious people, and we're good with this. We're saving ourselves for each other and for marriage. And she took that as slut shaming. But I was talking to JC on the morning show. I was like, that's kind of like what a normal guy reaction would. If you think you're about to propose to me, as he is thinking, I'm going to propose to this girl because she told me in week 1 that I'm the one and this is the woman I'm going to propose to. If you find out I've slept with 3 other guys, how are you going to feel about that?
Wouldn't it be the same if take the cameras away and she's just dating guys? Wouldn't it be the same? If she really liked this dude, Luke P, and they kind of had a little thing going, but she's also not exclusive. And Luke P says, hey, by the way, I know things are kind of getting serious with us. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. You're not having sex with anybody else, are you?
But if you told me you picked me from week 1.
Right.
And you still got to go through the whole rigmarole. We got to get this show done. So I know you're going to go and make out with other guys. You're going to do all these romantic dates. Sex is different. You don't have to have sex with these people.
Right. I'm agreeing with you, babe.
So that's what I'm saying. As a man, though, if you knew she'd slept with 3 other people, but you're supposed to get down and drop down on one knee and propose to her, how would you feel about that?
Well, I probably wouldn't like it very much.
Right. So he said, if you tell me this, I'm going to probably leave. So she gets mad. How dare you judge me? Jesus loves me. And not only have I had sex, I had it twice in the windmill. So we all know it was with Peter. Okay.
So now she's not only saying she did it, she's telling him how she did it.
Yeah. But then she wouldn't. Then she has a chance to sleep with Tyler C. But she says, I'm not going to sleep with Tyler C. because I already know it would be great.
Is he the one you like?
Yes.
Oh, he's the one that looks like Big Chris Evans.
Oh, my gosh.
That guy. So Captain America.
You're going to suddenly get a case of the morals when the hottest guy there, you're not going to sleep with him. You're going to sleep with the other one. Whatever. Okay. So he comes back on Men Tell All. He is reamed by the entire audience. Chris Harrison and his sarcastic self. Granted, Luke P handled himself very poorly, but I think a lot of that's immaturity. And I think he's trying, and he's got like a little bit of a holier than thou kind of vibe going.
Yeah, kind of had that going on.
He's got a holier than thou
a little
kind
bit
of
of
vibe.
I don't screw up very much bit going on.
Well, he's saying he's trying to be an example, and he's trying to do a testimony, and he's trying to use this as some sort of ministry. But here's the thing that got me.
He's going on the Bachelorette to try to do a ministry. That doesn't make any sense, but okay, whatever.
Good example.
He's a born again virgin. Okay,
born again virgin, and he's using this as ministry.
Right.
When they went on their hometown date, they had like a Bible lesson, honey.
Oh my God.
They had a Bible session. And they did laying on the hands, praying. They started calling him. They were like, any woman that marries you is going to be a prisoner. I feel sorry for unless you change, you're going to keep your woman a prisoner the way you treat her, and you're a misogynist, and you're all these things. I'm thinking, wait a minute. Now you're all going a little bit too far, because yes, women have come a long way. Go pro woman, go woman, hear me roar. That's great. But I do think when it comes to marriage, that if you're following the biblical standard for marriage, not everybody does, but if you were raised in a church and you're following the biblical standard of marriage, the man is the head of the house. Right?
That's how I understand it.
You discuss things with your husband and your wife. You discuss things, and if you can't come to a mutual agreement, who has the final say?
Yeah, and a lot of people, to play devil's advocate, would say that's a really old school way of thinking.
It's a biblical way of thinking. When we had the family meeting the other day with the kids, I let you take the reins of that as the head of the household and as the man of the house.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind doing that, but I never said, okay, this is my decision to make for everybody.
Right, but that's just like the natural order of things in a biblical home, right? So for them to start calling him out, because there are a lot of people that do believe, there are a lot of people that don't believe that. It's 50-50 equal. And if we can't, well, who's going to make the decision then, But
it's an interesting question.
Divorce rates are very high. I'm a divorced woman. You're a divorced man. We found each other again.
Well, no, I'm actually a married man.
We're not we were divorced previously. We've both been through divorce. And I'm not saying we are setting the example for everybody, but I'm just saying there is a huge segment of society that believes that's a normal way a household is run. And to call a woman that marries a man like that, who believes that a man should be the head of the household and be the spiritual leader for the family. And, you know, some women believe that the man is the provider and the woman stays at home. I don't judge. If that's what you want to do and that makes your family work, that's great. But to sit there and say that women are prisoners that choose that life, I really had a problem with that during Men Tell All. I had a problem with that.
Yeah.
But you didn't watch that part with me, so you can't comment except on what I'm telling you.
No, I was kind of out. I was out. The part that made me leave the room was when Chris Harrison said, "Do you feel like you've made any mistakes?" And he sat there for about 15 minutes like he does, staring with his glassy eyes into space.
He's had a lot of long pauses.
Saying he's looking for clarity. And then he kind of shook his head and said, "I wouldn't do anything over again." And I said,
I wouldn't do anything different.
I wouldn't do anything different. And I looked at Kelly. I'm like, he didn't answer the question.
Right.
In fact,
he's being evasive.
In fact, that makes him look even worse. Yeah. He was kind of doing well until that point, until he said, "No, I do everything the same way." I'm like, dude, all you had to say was, "Yeah, I probably made some mistakes. I could have done things maybe a little better in some ways."
Then when he came back from commercial break, he apologized to all the guys for lying. So he kind of he is very immature. He is one of these hot-headed kids, and he's very immature, and hopefully he will mature into a very fine young man. But I did not think it was necessarily fair that they were calling him basically abusive, is what they were calling him. I just think
I didn't get that from him.
Right. They were saying women are going to be, a woman that marries you is going to be a prisoner, and you're a sociopath. You know, that word is thrown around a little bit too freely. I thought so. And the fact that he sat there and took it, and then he got up and left. They came back from commercial break, and he got up and left. Don't think that they didn't tell him to leave when they came. They do everything. Everything is for, audience reaction. And so when he got up and left, Hannah's like, "Look at him. He can't even stick around for the fire." And Chris said, he had a plane to catch. Like real offhanded, like he was making a joke. In all honesty, he did have a plane to catch. He was catching a red eye because he had to be back in Georgia because one of his really good friends was getting married the next day. So he really did. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. But let me just tie that into a meme that is pretty popular on the internet. And it's kind of interesting.
Is this meme talk?
Oh, please God, tell me I still have it.
We're doing meme talk now?
Oh, please tell me I still have it.
I mean, before you tease something, you have to make sure you got it. I mean, what are we doing here?
I might not have it.
Would you like me to sing for the audience while you're looking on your computer for this?
I might not have it, honey. I might have to bail on it. I might have to do the meme the next time. I had it pulled up, and I think I closed out my thing.
Yeah.
But it's about, oh shoot, I'll have to do it next time. It was really interesting meme.
Well, that's very disappointing.
I know. It's about the women's being submissive to the husbands.
Yeah.
If anybody's really
maybe you could describe it to us.
I can't. It's like
maybe we should move on.
Yeah, I'll have to get that for you next time. I have no idea where it is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Maybe we should just edit out this last minute.
Maybe. No, it's okay. That's just part of life.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting meme about basically a woman's position in the house. It was a biblical book, and about how marriages can be saved if we go back to Now, trust me, there's a lot of things in the Bible I don't want to go back to, like stoning.
Yeah.
They stoned adulteresses and things like that. I'm not all down with that for punishment, but
some people are.
Stoning.
Some people read every word in literal. That's the deal.
Yeah. I'll find that meme and I'll do it next week. Gosh, knows. Mad at me for that.
Yep.
Maybe I need a new job. Maybe you're going to be looking for a new podcast co-host. You know where you can go to find one?
I know where I would go if I was looking for somebody.
Where?
ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter. That's right. If you're hiring. And I mean, it's like for anything. I know Big Al uses ZipRecruiter a lot to fill restaurant positions. I bet there are some podcast co-host positions listed on ZipRecruiter.com. But if you're hiring used to be really hard. You'd have to go through all these different job sites, stacks of resumes. It's a really difficult review process. Allen used to be in charge of hiring for his company. What a mess, right?
It's not an easy thing to do.
It's not easy, but ZipRecruiter, what they'll do is they'll send your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards, but they don't stop there. They've got this powerful matching technology. ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and then invites them to apply for your job. And as the applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one. They spotlight the top candidates so you never miss a great match. Oh, how sickening to find out you hired somebody and then the right one got away. ZipRecruiter is so effective. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within that very first day.
And right now, our listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address. It's ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. That's SANDWICH. ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
That's right, baby.
All right, babe. You want to maybe do a letter and then bring it home for Jerome?
Sure.
Here? Why don't we do that? We got one letter that might take us across the finish line here. I don't have a name for this one. I think she didn't want us to mention her name anyway. Okay. So she says, Kellie, Allen.
Hey.
I need y'all's expert love advice.
Okay.
I would use the word expert very carefully in my case. I met someone
but I am the love expert.
Well, you are. I'm not. I'm just the village idiot. I met someone on Hinge in February and instantly fell in love. I've been hearing more about this Hinge. You know what this Hinge is?
Wasn't around when, if it was in the very beginning stages when we were on Bumble.
Okay.
But apparently Hinge is the new.
That's the new way to go.
I think it does something with your social media contacts. I'm not really sure how this, y'all would have to help me with that. But I mean, I'm not on it for obvious reasons.
Okay. I met someone on Hinge in February and instantly fell in love. We've been happily dating since then, and I believe he is the one. There are a few issues at play, and I wanted your advice. Issue number 1. My lease is up at the end of September, and we've been talking about moving in together. I always wanted to be engaged before I moved in, but I am over there every night anyway, so it makes sense to me, and I believe we'll be engaged by the end of the year. Okay? Second issue. Is it normal for a guy to talk to his mom every day on the phone for 30 plus minutes? He's 36. He's an attorney, and his time is precious. I get frustrated because we'll be getting ready for bed, and he has to call his mom. The only thing I'm leaving out is he is representing her in some estate planning matters, and they're in the middle of a suit with family members over a $6 million estate. So I do understand they need to talk some, but every night I get annoyed and I don't know if I'm validated or I need to drop it.
Well, it is what it is. And so you just have to decide if that's something you can live with. Right? Some people have zero relationship with their parents. Some people have, but that is what it is. So you shouldn't.
She's asking is it normal for the guy to talk to his mom
normal for him
on the phone every night for 30 minutes?
It's normal for him.
When I first read this, I thought it was a little unusual, but then when she added that he's an attorney and he's helping her settle an estate planning matter, it's a $6 million estate. I just have the information she gave us.
Right.
So that's a lot of stuff you got to figure out. I don't know. Is he the lead guy? Is he figuring everything out? Is it, I mean, if it goes on for months and months, that's unusual. To me, it's unusual.
But there are some women who talk to their mothers every single day, or they talk to their best friend every single day. There's some, but that's just not you. But for him, that's a normal thing. So I'm not saying it's unusual, but for him, it's normal.
I shouldn't use that word. It's not unusual. There are men, guys who are really attached to their mother for whatever reason. Maybe they were just raised by their mom. Maybe it's always been like that. It was always like that through college. So I shouldn't say that that's abnormal or that's unusual.
I think it is unusual.
I think most men don't talk to their mothers every day.
Right. Right.
I think that's a true statement.
That is true.
And that includes
statement.
me. I don't talk to my parents every day.
But for him, it's normal. So what are your options here? You demand he stop talking to his mother. You pout when he talks to his mother, makes things awkward. Or you find something else to do that is beneficial to you. That's the time you use to read a book that you've been meaning to read. That's the time you use to do a crossword puzzle. That's your time to do your bubble bath. That's the time to do a face bath. Something for you that you could use that time instead of sitting there stewing that he's talking to his mother. Or because that's the way it is.
Or you could very innocently say something like, you're trying to get a feel for how long this is going to keep going, right? Right now, to me, it feels like, it sounds like it's going because of this estate thing. But you could innocently say, you know, babe, I know you have to talk to your mom like right before bed every night, but you know, it'd be a nice time for us to kind of wind down. And I kind of miss just laying here with you and talking. You know, do you think this is going to be like a longer term thing? Are you going to always have to spend this time, you know, talking to your mom? Or are you just kind of helping her out right now? Could you just help me understand, like, is this going to cut into our time? Because our time is important to me, you know? I mean, you could innocently bring it up that way.
You could ask if he could do the phone call at a different time other than right before bed.
Yeah, that too. I mean, so there's some different options there.
There's 3 options.
But
do something for yourself during that time.
Yeah.
Or as Alan said, confront him in a nice way about it.
That's not confronting.
Well, what is it?
Well, it's asking him how long this is going to go on.
But what if he says...
Why can't she just ask the question?
What's she going to do if he says, I always talk to my mother every day?
Then you go back to the little circle goes back to how you started it. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And you use that time wisely. You could also ask him just to say, can you do it another time before we're winding down? Because I'd like to use that
But what
time.
are you gonna tell the man? You can't talk to your mother?
That's right. That's what I said. You can't do that.
Right. So I don't know. That's a good one.
But you can decide. I mean, we gave you some options.
There are some different options. The other one is about moving in before you're engaged. She wants advice on that.
Well, in my opinion, if that's very important to you, then don't move in, because if you compromise on that, then what are you going to compromise on?
She said she's over there every night.
I know, but there's something about that whole...
That it's official?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is, you know, some men, they'll do stuff just to quiet you, you know, shut you up for a minute, and they'll put a ring on it just to shut you up for a minute or whatever it is.
Not this guy.
Not you.
You're going to get that ring when I say you're going to get that ring.
Yeah, because you're the man.
All right, man.
No, but we didn't move in together until after we were married.
Yeah.
We didn't even move in. Well, he was moving his stuff in.
Well, we both had homes.
We both had homes, but he moved his stuff in, but he did not move in like, here's your key to my house and you're living here and you're not going until after we were married.
Do you remember when I brought all my stuff over and it was in your garage and in your house? Do you remember how freaking stuffed and overwhelmed we were? Do you remember that?
We never thought we were going to get through it.
The entire garage was filled up to the ceiling. Do you remember that?
But you are very motivated about putting stuff away. That stuff would have sat in the garage for very long. Months. You plowed through it. I would do maybe a box a day if it was up to me, but you just would like be out there for hours just knocking it out.
Hey, kid makes it happen.
You did. You were very much responsible for getting the house moved.
Thank you, babe. All right. This was good. We covered a lot of ground here. Little Alice in Chains, Bachelorette.
Biblical marriage talk.
Biblical marriage talk. What is it? From now on, I am a reborn virgin.
A born again virgin.
A born again virgin. Well, that's not true.
Don't mock that concept.
I'm not mocking it.
I think that's a beautiful concept for people.
I'm not mocking it. It's just
because you have sex doesn't mean, well, I guess if I ever had sex, I'm going to have sex with everybody I can now before I get married. No, it's like, you know what? I want to make it special for my...
Why wasn't he born again from the beginning?
Because he had sex. He went crazy in college, he said.
Oh.
He went crazy in college and did things. He started, getting moved away from the Lord. And then
he was living in a world of sin.
Yes.
And lecherousness.
That's what he said.
Okay. Well,
but a lot of people don't consider that a sin.
Which part?
There are a lot of people about, having sex and stuff. They don't think that's a sin, but for him it was.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that how we want to end it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this was fun. This was actually a lot of fun to talk through all that stuff. I love you desperately.
I love you too.
I love our listeners desperately.
They put up with a lot of nonsense.
Oh, babe. They put up with so much. I can't even believe they put up with it.
But right now, I'm just sitting here looking at my husband naked in a bathtub.
Babe.
On my computer
That's
screen.
lecherous. Why do you have those on your computer?
Because it's in the cloud. It's in the cloud.
That is like...
And somebody hacks into my cloud, you're going to see my husband.
That looks like...
You're not going to see his wiener because we covered it.
Is Playgirl still a thing?
Babe, that is a Playgirl
That looks
shot.
like a Playgirl thing.
But you just look so sexy. I had to have it.
Wow.
I had to capture the moment.
Mark that.
And one day when the grandkids leave, we send them back home with our children. Go home to your mom. I'm going to say, honey, come here.
Oh, God.
Pull this up on my phone and say, look at you. Look at you.
I got a long white beard and I'm all hunched over.
Yeah.
You going to show me that?
Say, look at you.
Well, makes me feel good, baby. Very sweet. Very sweet. You always say nice, positive things about me. I'm telling you, I told people from the beginning. I said, Kelly's the most positive person I know.
Oh, God.
The positivity that she...
Tell that to my trainer today.
No.
It was one big bitch fest from the time I walked in.
See, this is what I mean, people. This is the kind of stuff you don't hear a lot. Like behind the kimono, this kind of stuff. That's building a man up right there. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people tear other people down. Kelly doesn't do that with me. She's always building me up. I appreciate that.
Aww.
I should do that more for you. I think I do that for you sometimes.
Until you call me a beach
No, I said we.
Whale seal and make noise.
I said we.
What do I sound like? Right. That made me feel good.
Love you desperately.
I love you too.
All right, but I'm sure we will do this again real soon.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yes, we will. I'm just playing out my schedule in my head.
Do you mind if we do the outro now?
Yeah.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.